guest today. She's a true inspiration. It's a real honor to have her on. I read her book many years ago, Finding Your Own North Star, Claiming the Life You Were Meant to Live, and it just lit me up. You may have seen her being interviewed on television, on the Oprah Magazine with Oprah. She has inspired and transformed many lives. She's also training life coaches worldwide through her Wayfind the Life Coach program. She's an amazing human being. I haven't had a chance to meet her up until now. Her name is the amazing Martha Beck. Martha, welcome to the SoulTalk podcast.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, it's really great to be here. I've heard about you for so long now, and your books have inspired me, and so it's just great to have you here and just to have a conversation. Now, I'm always curious as to just to set a context, especially for those that also may not know of your work or know of your background. Usually when someone's a best-selling author or an expert, people often just tend to see them as the expert, and sometimes people have this idea that they've just arrived there just naturally or they've been that way their whole life. So I'm just curious in terms of your journey, what led to your journey in becoming an author and a life coach, helping people with their lives? Were you always inspired? Was it, were your parents spiritual? Was it always that way? I mean, how did that happen? How does that happen? People often ask me that question. I'm curious about you.
Thank you so much. I was raised in a very devout Mormon household, which did not work well for me. So in a weird way, I wrote once that Mormonism sort of locked me in a dungeon and then threw in the key. The dungeon was a kind of, in my view, dogmatism that I don't agree with. And the key was that there is within you something that is connected to the divine. So I had that planted very early in me. And then I went to Harvard when I was 17, and it was a very different culture. And I got married there and had a baby, and my second child was prenatally diagnosed with Down syndrome while I was getting my doctorate from Harvard. And I had to decide very, very late in the pregnancy whether to terminate or not. And I went on an intense soul search, which made me think, not am I pro-choice, because I am. It was, what sort of human life is worth living? On what grounds do I decide what child lives, what child dies? And I decided, wandering around Harvard looking at people who seemed haunted and anxious, I thought, I don't care how successful I am if I'm anxious and haunted. I would rather be happy and find my own way. So I kept the baby, and that was the first of a lot of radical choices where I was put at odds with cultural norms, and I would choose my heart. I would choose my soul. The more I did that, the more I started having amazing experiences, and people started talking to me about them, and here we are.
Wow! So it was just like an evolution of your own journey that led to sort of your own career. People coming. Was there a moment where you knew, okay, this is what I want to do for a career, for a living? Like, this is what I was born to do. People are coming to me, sharing my life. This is it. This is my purpose. This is the thing. Was there a moment?
It actually grew very organically, and I didn't pay much attention to it. I used to. Someone asked me once what was my marketing program early in my career, and I said concealment and evasion because I just thought I would be a professor. And I was teaching business school, but I was teaching a bunch of international business school students who were really interested in the world itself and in having a wonderful adventure with their lives and careers. So I created a course to sort of help them direct themselves toward what was unique to their own purpose. And the course became very popular, and the students started hiring me outside of class. And pretty soon I was so busy, I couldn't do anything else. So I wrote a book and put everything I knew in it, Finding Your Own North Star, thinking now they can read this for $20 and they will all go away. And it backfired horribly. And more people came. And then I read in the newspaper that I had become a life coach, and I did not know that term. So I thought, I actually still don't care about the labels, but my passion for people's destinies and helping them find it, that's been with me forever.